Just when you thought nothing more could be done to the Santa legend, we get Santa's Sleigh in the year 2005. Now, I want to thank Ryan. I want to thank Ryan and the Music Box for hunting down what is apparently the only 35 millimeter print of this movie. Because I requested to put this movie on the program, and Ryan called back with the disappointing news that nobody had it. The Motion Picture Academy didn't have a print. The original distributor didn't have a print. Nobody had a print, and so we kind of gave up. And then somebody put a print up for sale on eBay, and it was somebody in the UK, and they wanted $999 for it. And when Ryan was telling me the story, I said, "Ryan, you should have bought it." And he says, "Oh, I did buy it." And so as this movie gains in popularity, Ryan is going to become a millionaire. Because he's going to rent it to every repertory theater in America as they show this movie as a cult film. I've never seen it in 35 millimeter. Nobody in the world has seen it in 35 millimeter because it was never released in theaters. So I think the only reason they have a print of it is it was either shown for cast and crew or it may have been shown at one film festival somewhere. But it went straight to DVD. Now, I'm not sure why it didn't get at least a token release, theater release from an indie outfit or something, because it's a damn funny movie. And if you haven't seen it, I would say based on comments at the table outside with everybody in this theater tonight, 80% of you had already seen Silent Night, Deadly Night. I would say 20% of you have seen Santa's Sleigh. And so it hasn't quite achieved full occult status yet, but it's based on the premise that Santa Claus is actually a fallen angel, and 1,000 years ago, he lost a bet with a good angel. As a result, he had to promise to spread love and cheer and deliver gifts to the children of the world on what used to be called Death Day. Now, the 1,000 years is up, and Santa, in the form of pro wrestler Bill Goldberg, is ready to party. And there is not a single Christmas tradition that doesn't get blown up, exploded, hacked with a cleaver, or decapitated in this movie, including a scene where two children sit down to open their presents on Christmas morning, and, well, I won't do a spoiler, but that one scene may be the reason the movie never got released in theaters. It's been developing a cult audience for 15 years now. I think it's more popular today than it was at any time in the past. And in the annals of wrestlers turned actors, Goldberg turned out to rank right up there with Roddy Piper in They Live. I mean, the movie is especially relevant to Goldberg's life since in the notorious strip club sequence, which you will see shortly, the stripper on a swing, you can't miss her, she'll be the stripper on a swing, became Goldberg's wife in real life. She's actually a Canadian stuntwoman, Wanda Ferreton. The movie was filmed in Edmonton, Alberta. Actually, it was mostly filmed in the town of Wetaskiwin, a little town of about 12,000 people, about 45 miles south of Edmonton. And Wetaskiwin was redecorated for the movie because the name of the town in the movie is Hell Township. So they told everybody, we're going to put Hell Township signs on your business and on the police building and on and the city hall and all the main buildings in town. And they presented this to the people of Wetaskiwin, and they said, "That's not right for us." You know, they were like the people they loved it. So the movie was made by a guy named David Steinman. Now, he didn't make anything before this. He didn't make anything after this. He's kind of a mysterious guy because all his credits leading up to this movie are working as a production assistant, the lowest of the low on any movie, on Brett Ratner movies. Like, he worked on Rush Hour 2, he worked on Family Man, he worked on Red Dragon, What Lies Beneath. And apparently he parlayed a lot of the connections he made working on those movies into getting people to work cheap on this cheapy movie. But the main connection he made was with Andy Ching, the stunt coordinator for Jackie Chan. Andy Ching agreed to do the second unit work on Santa's Sleigh. And so he choreographed a lot of the action sequences. This thing is non-stop action sequences. Now, in addition, and this was bold on David Steinman's part, it's a very Jewish movie. Steinman is Jewish. Goldberg is probably the most famous Jewish wrestler ever. Douglas Smith, the male lead, is Jewish. Fran Drescher is in the movie. Saul Rubinek has a scene-stealing role in the movie.
What?
And Steinman later admitted that he wasn't worried about the violence or the anti-Santa stuff. He was worried about too many Jews making a movie that sends up Christmas in such a brutal way. Fortunately, he didn't get any flack for that, probably because Siskel and Ebert didn't review this film. Anyway, the casting decision I love in this movie is Robert Culp as the eccentric grandpa. Robert Culp plays this eccentric who's a student of Scandinavian esoteric history. He's a crazed inventor, and he's an enthusiast of the sport of curling. The entire plot depends on proficiency in the sport of curling. Maybe the only movie ever made to use curling as the principal turning point of the entire narrative. What else can I tell you? I don't want to do any spoilers on this. In fact, I am going to be in the lobby, but I love the first scene of this movie so much that I'm going to watch the first scene before I go to the lobby. The title of the movie, Santa's Sleigh, is actually, many of you will know this, is the title of the movie within the movie, In Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yes! I love Ernest.
The woman who ended up marrying Goldberg, they're still married today, only took the job because she thought it was a movie starring Jeff Goldblum. So she learned them and said, no, it's not Jeff Goldblum, it's Bill Goldberg. And also, you're going to have a scene together with him where you're naked on a swing and he's hanging onto the swing. And when they were doing the scene, Goldberg was she was totally naked. He's hanging on the swing. He's afraid to look up, you know. And after a while, she says, "Are you all right?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm all right." She says, "Normally, before a guy and I get this close, he buys me a beer first." And Goldberg said, "I love you." 3.5 months later, they were married. So now the lead reindeer in the team pulling Goldberg's awesome sleigh was actually a bison painted white. And because they didn't think a reindeer was mean enough, you know. And the bison bison in real life on the set was terrified of Goldberg. They had to corral the bison every time he saw Goldberg because he would run away. And so, anyway, let's look at those drive-in totals.
Woo!
I'll see you in the lobby. I'll stay here as long as any of you want to talk to me. But we're not doing very good on the timing in the lobby. We have 41 dead bodies.
Woo!
12 breasts.
Yeah!
1 dead dog.
Woo!
It's some evidence of the brutality of this movie that's the very first thing that happens in the movie. 3 motor vehicle chases with crash and burn, neck breaking, multiple axed carolers, skeet shooter bowling, fire breathing, pipe bomb Christmas presents, exploding fireplace, turkey forks through the hands, sledgehammer to the cranium, stripper pole electrocution, ballet partner eaten by a reindeer, face burned off, punch bowl drowning, Christmas tree throwing star to the back, turkey dinner suffocation, gratuitous medieval drawings, gratuitous Fran Drescher, gratuitous stop motion animation, gratuitous Orthodox Jews, heads roll, kung fu, stripper pole fu, curling fu, menorah fu, ice pick fu, Zamboni fu,
Yeah!
bazooka fu. Grabbing Academy Award nominations for Bill Goldberg as Santa, who says, just spreading a little Yuletide fear. James Caan as the family patriarch at Christmas dinner, who says, I don't want to screw the bird, I want to eat it. Saul Rubinek as the Jewish deli owner who tries to fend off Santa by shining a Star of David on his forehead. Robert Culp as the crazed inventor grandpa who reads in Norse from the Book of Claws and dons a leprechaun jacket in the final face-off. Emily DeRaven as the understanding girlfriend who says, are you fucking retarded? Dave Thomas as the stripper-loving preacher. Tiny Lister as the goofy gas station attendant. And David Steinman, the writer-director.
That's my
Doing
bike.
things the drive-in way. 4 stars.
Woo!